Your child's confidence isn't built by what you tell them about themselves. I'm Debbie Page, and I've raised 3 children. I've helped thousands of mothers as a nurse and a lactation consultant. And I'm now a grandmother of 9, expecting baby number 10. For all human history, 3 human behaviors have determined success or failure in every leader, every relationship, every outcome that matters. Today I'm going to share all 3 factors with you, starting with the one simple technique that will change how your children see themselves forever. The 3 factors are self-management, observation, and communication. And when you master these 3 areas as a mother, you don't just change your own experience of parenting. You give your children the foundational skills that they need to succeed in every relationship and challenge they'll face. So let's break it down, each factor, and show you exactly how you can use this in your daily mothering. Self-management. Well, that means you control your emotional responses instead of letting them control you. Your children are watching. They're always watching to see, how do you handle stress, frustration, and disappointment every single day, every moment. And they're learning whether emotions are something to be feared and avoided or acknowledged and managed. And when your toddler has a meltdown in the grocery store, your self-management determines whether this becomes a power struggle that just escalates or a teaching moment that strengthens your relationship. When your teenager comes home late, past curfew, your self-management decides whether you react from anger or respond from wisdom. And here's what self-management looks like practically. Before you respond to the challenging behavior, take 3 deep breaths. And then ask yourself, what do you want your child to learn from this moment? Choose your words carefully and your tone deliberately rather than reacting from emotion. I learned this the hard way, believe me, with my own children. There were way too many times I let stress and overwhelm dictate my responses. But when I started practicing self-management, everything changed. My children became calmer because I became calmer. Observation means you can read your child's emotional state, their needs, and what's really going on beneath their behavior. Most parenting problems happen because we react to the surface behavior instead of really addressing the underlying need. And when your 4-year-old is whining, yes, it's an inappropriate behavior that needs to be corrected. But they're also telling you they need something they don't have words for. When your teenager rolls their eyes, yes, it's disrespectful and unacceptable, but they're also showing you that they feel misunderstood or unheard. Address the disrespectful behavior first, and then look for what's actually happening underneath. Observation requires you to slow down and to really see your child. Look at their body language. Listen to their tone. Notice what time of day problems typically happen, and pay attention to what's been going on in their world in the more recent minutes or hour. And here's a practical way to develop your observation skills. Spend 5 minutes each day just watching one child without trying to fix, correct, or redirect anything. Notice what you see when you're not focused on managing behavior. And I can remember when my grandson was going through a difficult phase, and instead of just addressing the behavior, I started observing. And I noticed that he was struggling most right after church. He was hungry, he was overstimulated, and once I saw the pattern, the solution became obvious. Communication. That's how you speak to your child in ways that build their confidence. It teaches them wisdom. It motivates them to make good choices. Your words have the power to shape how your child sees themselves, their capabilities, and their world. Effective communication with children isn't about being their friend or avoiding all conflict. It's about speaking in ways that help them understand expectations, feel valued, and develop internal motivation to do what's right. And instead of saying, you never listen, or I need you to stop doing what you're doing, say, I need to know why you're doing this. And instead of saying, stop being so messy, say, listen, hey, put your toys away because we all have to work together to keep the house clean and peaceful. The goal is to communicate in ways that teach rather than shame, that build up rather than tear down. Your children should feel more capable and confident after you talk to them and not less so. Here's what I want you to practice this week. Before you speak to your children about any problem or challenge, ask yourself, will these words help them grow stronger, or will it make them feel smaller? And this simple question, it will transform how you communicate. When you master self-management, observation, and communication, you're not just improving your parenting, you're modeling for your children the exact skills they need to succeed in their relationships, their work, and their own future, and their future families. Your children will face challenges, disappointments, and difficult people throughout their lives. The greatest gift you can give them is watching you handle life's difficulties with emotional stability, keen awareness of what's really happening, and words that build bridges instead of walls. And these three factors, they have determined success and failure of all human history because they're foundational. They're the foundation of all human relationships. When you apply them consistently in your parenting, you're teaching your children to know how to manage themselves and others and communicate effectively. So start with just one factor this week. Pick one that feels most challenging for you right now. Practice it intentionally every day. Watch what happens in your family when you begin to master these foundational skills. Your children are learning how to be human by watching you be human. And make sure you're teaching them the skills that will serve them for a lifetime. I'd love to hear which of these three factors resonates most with you and your family right now. So leave a comment down below and let me know. And if you're struggling with anything and want, some more help, let me know that too. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small it is, it's creating a legacy that will impact generations to come. You are a great mom. You're loving your children. You just maybe need some better skills so that you can help your children develop the confidence that they need. First, develop your confidence that yes, you can be in control of your emotions. That will teach your children to be confident.